I haven't done it today. We'll try and map out some ideas for this session.
Nobody's fine, no worries.
Right, bear with me, mate. Where's Mr. Kelsey this morning? He should be here soon. Oh, all the gold targets were reached.
Yeah, gold moved wild yesterday.
Yeah, gold's in a good area at the moment, because if it can create resistance, yeah, I think below 1708 would be a great selling opportunity if we can get like a resistance. It's like a 60 pip range.
Yeah, to be fair, the overall on gold it's vanished because the previous daily candle closed with a huge rejection to the upside.
Yeah. Right. Let's take a look. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah. Daily. Yeah, it does seem like, I definitely think that we can head down to 1703. Makes the most sense.
Yes, it looks like a reversal.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. We just need some form of resistance. What's going on, Kelsey?
Yeah, man. Morning, guys.
Yeah, not too
Hi,
bad,
Chelsea, how you
mate.
doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Mate, I had the most terriblest sleep last night. So obviously I woke up, like normal time, and I felt so like run down. I was like, you know what? I just gotta get another like half an hour in bed or whatever. But oh mate. But yeah, I just thought, you know what? I'll come on and stream for a bit. And already when I'd seen the move on GG, I was like, oh well,
I know.
that's just it.
Yeah,
Like,
especially on a Friday, man. Like, just gotta relax, innit?
yeah. I mean, I just don't get it. Like, how are these moves just keep happening in the Asian session? There must be something fundamentally to do with the actual yen, not GBP, that's pushing price up during the Asian session.
Yeah. I want to see now. I'm not gonna take it. Just see if we can retest that high after like doing the fake up.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think that's a good shout, mate. Yeah, it does look like it can continue moving bullish. But yeah, I literally just thought, you know what, I'll come on and stream for a bit, like maybe an hour or so. Yeah, and then just chill day today, really, innit? End of the week and that. Just gotta have I think this afternoon is gonna be a good time to like review the week. I can't believe literally I've improved from last week with the amount of trades I've taken, but still only taken like 2 trades. Do you know what I mean? I see a lot of people like that's what they take a day, you know. I've taken that a week.
Yeah, I think though, like it's good because like you want to just be selective for the time being, but as you start seeing more moves, like you feel more comfortable, then you're gonna get more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I only took 3 this week anyway, so.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. What I think I need to do is, because pound yen, right, I don't want to be taking the impulsive move, but this week obviously we only had really 2 good strong confirmation trades, right, which was Monday and Wednesday, right? But obviously on other pairs like yen we saw a good move on Monday, gold we saw a good move, but like things that I look for in pound yen but they've printed the same way in, the other pair that I look at, basically. I feel like I'm going to do some data collection for gold this weekend going forward.
Yeah, like even like move on gold kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is that in the Asian? Was it early morning?
This move down was basically 6 a.m.
Yeah, that'd have been nice.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm actually looking for further downside where we are now. If we can set up some solid situation. I'm going to take a look on the 5 minute real quick, because obviously we made a low over here on the 5 minute, and obviously you can see on the 5 what's kind of been going on. So we've been obviously creating low points like this, creating a resistance, and then just continuing further down. So whenever you see this kind of structure on gold, it's pretty nice, because it's like what you're looking at from like a 30-minute perspective. It's doing that same trending down, little pullbacks, and then these wicks, they get filled, right? So right now it's made a low. If we can create some resistance over here, then there's a probability that we're going to get a candle coming down. So I'm going to start testing these ideas out, because so I was doing a little bit of last night. I was going through some gold moves this week, and there was some great entries on like the 5-minute and stuff to actually catch like these moves. Like for example, where was it? This situation over here, right, from yesterday. So I journaled this situation. In fact, let me try and pull it up from a 5-minute perspective. Okay, so this was a screenshot from yesterday from the 15 minutes. So obviously you can see a high was made in pre-London over here, and then support was formed at 7 a.m. on the 15-minute candle, right? And obviously you could take a buy here. Obviously this is still going to be a target because it's the high made, and then obviously we had our TP up over here. So obviously the stop would have been pretty big. Like that was like a 30 pip stop just on one 15-minute candle, right? So obviously what I did was I went, okay, well let's take a look on the 5-minute and see how we could have anticipated this candle to go bullish and then continue. So I took a look on the 5-minute. Hold on. Pull up the other one. Okay, yeah, here's the 5-minute. So then you can see it physically now on the chart. So obviously we created a resistance over here on the 5-minute. Obviously that's the high made as well, so just put H for high. Obviously we pulled back to our key level on the 15-minute. So we knew this area was a support on the 15-minute. So we're looking for a nice rejection style candle. Obviously we got that on the first 5-minute candle, but really not really enough confirmation because we had this kind of level here. But then the next candle, although it had like no wick to the top, it did still like create that lower rejection, almost like we can't break further down at this point. So then we had that next clean candle moving up, and then obviously a little bit of a pullback, but we did reach that resistance either way. So if you would have took buys over here, this would have been your reward, which was like 22 pips. You think that's happened in a matter of that 10 minutes, and you got 22 pips, and then your stop loss would be down over here, which I think was about 18. So obviously it's like just over 1-to-1, but this kind of setup, I'm trying to like look at this like a lot of times, and I'm seeing this happen a lot. Whenever price makes a low, makes a high on gold, on the 5-minute is creating this structure, these kind of rejection candles, signaling that we can continue this move up to wherever the previous high point was made. So you're just kind of like waiting to see that these kind of rejection style 5-minute candles is what I'm thinking going forward. So like for example, so you see we're coming down right now. Okay, we didn't really get a rejection here, but what can we see in this situation? You can see these nice rejection style 5 minutes, obviously anticipating a further low being created at that point. You can see this resistance being created, kind of like a rejection style. Maybe today's example not the easiest, but effectively still looking at similar things. So that's something I'm going to take a look at. But I'm just waiting on gold to see if we can get some resistance forming that I like. I don't particularly want to sell based on 115-minute candle, but we'll see. See what the 5-minute does, if it can pull back. See if we can pull back to this area on the 5-minute, and then we start to see, like I was like, those rejection style 5-minute candles. That's when I'll be looking to sell it at that point. But yeah, but GJ, what's it doing now?
Yeah, it's rejected the 1 hour level, so I mean the 30 looks a bit better than the 1 hour. The 1 hour is rejected.
Yeah. It's just not really the best situation on Pound Yen.
Doesn't look like it really wants to move.
No, that's it. Like, I mean, I woke up, I saw the move up, and I was just like, oh well, we've hit 900 now, we've hit 152. You know what I mean? It made no sense.
A little buy stop there would be good.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, that's literally just what I was thinking. And I think as well, because what you were seeing was, you were seeing this kind of consolidation and a break above the highs here, right? And then obviously you got that pullback, whatever, and then it continued on. Because I was awake when this situation was going on. I probably should have set like a buy and then just had stops down over here and just ran it up. Oh well. But yeah, I think next week's gonna be a much better week because I'm gonna be doing some big webinars this weekend, all to do with some of the moves. I'm gonna be doing a lot more data collection and stuff, so I think overall it's gonna be pretty good. But yeah, sorry about that, everyone. Morning, everyone on the YouTube. But sorry about being a bit late this morning. I generally felt awful. I think it's because I'm not used to. I've been getting up a lot earlier recently. I just think it's now like the end of the week. It's like nearly burnt me out a little bit because I'm not really kind of used to it. But we're getting there.
Really nice lay-in tomorrow then.
Yeah, mate. Well, I probably won't have a lay-in. Like, I don't really like my sort of lay-in would be like an 8-9 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I know some people their lay-in would be like that you ain't seeing them till the afternoon. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I did not feel good this morning. I think because it was like I had such a terrible sleep, and then it's like when you have a bad sleep and you're getting up super early, like it just hits you so different. I don't know why I have such bad sleep. So yeah, this is gonna be what I'm gonna be looking at over the coming while, is looking at gold, trying to understand what's going on. FX Pro, check Euro USD. Nope, I don't check. Yeah, you need to be sending a chart, man. We don't do that. Like check this, check that. I could at least get a please, but I didn't even get that. Love from India. Oh, nice. We was meant to have Paul and that come on as a guest, but I'm gonna have to message him and say I'm not streaming for long today. Yeah, literally, this is just gonna be like a little hour session. So I mean, because it's a Friday, right? Do you know what? If it's a Friday, I'll be nice. I'll check Euro USD. Screw it. If anyone wants me to look at anything, I will. But just for an hour, because I'll check it out. So what are you looking at? You're looking at buys, yeah? Well, I won't be looking at buys when I can already see 4-hour trend is bearish. So is that straight away there? Straight away, right? Look at Euro USD. We're in a downtrend and you have resistance forming over here from the previous candle. We're now surpassing this support zone. So these wicks, they become the next destination. So no, Euro USD, I wouldn't say it's buys yet at this point. You're gonna need to wait for a bullish candle to take a buy. So looking on the 1 hour time frame, seems like it tapped into a support on the 1 hour. That does not mean that this is a buy zone, right? It's a support level, yes, but it does not mean that you buy just because we're at a support. So 1 hour situation, it looks like it created resistance back below this level, and that's why we've had this move down to support. Looking on the 30-minute. Yeah, I think if you want to take a buy, you're gonna need to see a bullish candle form over here. But I mean, personally, I would be looking for a retracement to sell. I'd be looking for a resistance to form somewhere over here to continue down to retest this low, because look at the 4 hour. You know what I mean, 4 hours bearish. If we create resistance below this level, then the higher probability of continuing down. But that's up to you. That's completely up to you. But yeah, like I say, I mean, you want to see a bullish candle form. Look at the imbalance tapped into an institutional candle. I mean, you can't really say it's an institutional candle. There's always going to be key levels, right? This is just a key level. Just because it tapped into it does not mean anything. I mean, alright, that's like saying, oh, this was a big sell-off area. Well, clearly, because then we broke it later on. So you have to understand, man, just because it's tapped into a support zone does not mean we're going to just start heading bullish. 1 5-minute candle does not suggest that we're going to start heading all the way back up again. But yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, waiting over here on gold, see what happens. Pound yen, not the best situation. If anything, we may see the 1 hour candle closing below this level. Maybe a push down here today. Maybe we'll come back to create some further resistance, further rejections of this zone, because technically this became a low. This became a low created. Obviously we know this is a fake out situation, but then if we're rejecting this area, then we're not going to head up at that point, because now we had a resistance formed over here, and now we're creating some form of resistance here, which means these wicks should get filled, and then the next target would be around 151, 760, 740. But is sells going to be the best option on a Friday? Probably not. You will send your trade. Okay. You know, I'll check other pairs for people today, like as a one-off. I don't mind doing that, but at the moment, it's kind of chilling. You know what I'm saying? Show gold. This is gold. This is what I'm looking at on gold. But yeah. So Salim, how's your week been, mate?
Yeah, to be fair, like it's been at the break even really, because
Yeah.
The gains I made in the pound yen, it just went down the drain on the gold.
Okay. Okay.
Just with like a fake out.
Yeah.
I mean, took a trade a couple of days ago on gold, and it just.
Do you want to because obviously while we're here, like, this would be a good opportunity to go through it. I mean,
yeah, definitely. I'll
put it in the Discord or whatever, and then I'll take a look. Because at the end of the day, right, the best thing you can do is when you're break even, because I went through that stage of being break even for a while, and the best thing you can do is then start looking at your losses or the trades that are like, you know what I mean, like, you basically, I'll take a look for you, and then I think we can talk about maybe what's potentially going not well, what's going well, and then I think that's going to help you going into next week. Yeah, I would use this. Yeah. Let's use this opportunity while we're both on the Zoom, because I can explain things And if Kelsey wants to go through anything as well, like any questions, I just might as well just smash through it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because yeah, we're here, innit?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
No worries, mate. No worries, mate. You know, I mean, personally, I think with the level of like dedication you're putting into your charts and everything, I think it's just a matter of time before you do start seeing results. But I do believe that, just in my honest like opinion to you, that I think is gonna really help you out a lot more. I like the fact that you want to look at gold and everything, but like even me, yeah. I mean, I've been looking at gold since 2018. I've been looking at gold, right? And to this day, I still find it very difficult to trade, right? It's a very difficult pair to trade. But pound yen, I understand this pair the most. That's why I've made it my main pair, my sole priority, pretty much. Obviously, gold is coming back on the scene because after watching it for so long, I now understand a lot more about how it works and what I need to be looking for on gold, right? So I would just say for you, just first piece of advice is maybe with your gold, what you can do is like paper trade gold, because then you're almost like collecting your own version of data. So let's say you paper trade gold for 2 months, you've got 2 months worth of like trades to say, okay, well, what trades worked on gold, what trades didn't, you know. But if you're focusing on pound yen, then you can put your pure focus and like emotion towards that one pair. Because the thing I find the hardest about trading, let's say pound yen and gold, is gold will move very differently. You have to manage trades very differently. Whereas, you know, GJ, you can let them breathe. You can, you know, you want to try and let the trade play out. But gold, you know, if it goes 20 pips and it comes back to your entry, more than likely it's gonna be a rejection. It's gonna, you know what I'm trying to say. So it moves very differently. But anyway, we'll take a look at your charts. While you get them ready, I'm just gonna check out this person's chart.
Yeah, no worries.
No worries. Real Talk Mafia, can look at Euro GBP. I'm long at the moment. I did say I would check it out, so alright. But I'm not getting absolutely bombarded. I'll check out a few. I'll check out a few for people. I'll be extra nice today. Right, you're in a buy. You're in a buy. I think. Where are you in a buy from? I think it looks like it's ranging to me, to be honest. So 4 hours in this huge consolidation, right? Daily, okay, so maybe on the daily you could argue that we are more of a bullish bias to fill the wicks. Okay, makes sense. 1 hour time frame. And where's your buy? Where's your buy entry? And then I can work out. But I mean, right now we have resistance here. So we have a resistance there. We have an area here. We have an area here. So there's a lot of issues on your way up to wherever you're trying to get to. I mean, if I was looking for buys on Euro GBP, for me it would be above this area, because then you can have a nice clean. It's 5 pips. What? Man. Okay, so I mean, the only range that you have that makes sense is above this resistance, coming up to this area right over here, which is like technically the high point, right? I mean, apart from that, like, there's no range, man. There's no range. What's this range? 10 pip range. Damn. This is like another UJ type pair. Yeah, we'll have to come back to that one when you... I'm in at 0.85700. Okay. 0.85. How can you be at 0.85700? We haven't even reached that yet. Yeah, how can that be? How can that be? We're not even there yet. Did you buy over here and you held it? Have you been holding buys? Like, what's the crack? Because we're not even there yet. Look, this is where you're telling me your entry is. Here. But we're down over here. We haven't even got there within the session yet. So I'm gonna need some clarification on that one. See what I'm saying? So you see the 15-minute candle right now, yeah? See, this is what I'm saying on gold. Right, 15-minute candle's obviously closed bearish and it's created a low right over here. This 15-minute candle's broken the high, which suggests it's gonna create like some form of liquidity grab. If we go to the 5-minute, this is where you can start to see where potential entries may be forming. So you can see obviously this 5-minute candle is trying to close bearish, right? So we're getting that resistance created again above this area. We tapped into this area here and now rejecting it. So you could expect the next 5-minute candle to continue down to this low point. It's like 17 pips. Yeah, and if this level breaks, then booyah. But yeah, probably even want to see like one more rejection of this top and then it'll be good. But just kind of watching it today. But we can remove this because that target was reached during the Asian and so was this. But these are our higher time frame levels, right? So yeah, we should see the next 5-minute candle. It's either going to continue right straight down to support, or it's going to come up, retest this area, and then continue moving bearish. Buy what? I understand the bias is bearish, but looking to work it down. Okay. Real talk, Mafia, is ranging so hard. Yep, I agree with that. It is ranging. So, can you check this out? Yes, Forex Guru, cool. Let's check out this chart over here. Oh. Oh shit. Sorry. Yeah, and then Salim, let me know when you're ready, and we'll go through it, mate.
Yeah, I've just sent it to you on the Discord.
All right, cool. Let me just look at this, and then we're all good. Okay, cool. So this is pound yen 15-minute clean traffic. Okay, where's the clean traffic? This is not clean traffic, but if you're talking about this, then that makes sense. How would you anticipate this trade? Resistance formed. Can we take a short here to go down to support after the close? I would say no, not right now, because the issue you have is this was a support level, and we're closing back above that support level. So for a sell, I'd want to see candles closing below 151.950 for a price to head down to this area. That's what I would say, because you have this support over here to the left. This candle closed back above that support. Yeah, we've created a rejection wick, but this is actually just a high being created when we're going to get some probably rejections on the 5-minute for price to continue moving up. So yeah, I would say, yeah, if you're looking for sells, it would be below this area for price to head down. That is what I would say for sells. But I would say sells are probably not the best situation right now. See what I'm saying? It's trying to create some support over here at this point. It's like a 14 pip range to retest that high. That's what we were looking at. But I don't really want to trade here today. Well, I'm not trading here today. And even if I was, I would be in it by now already. You know what I'm saying? If I was going to be in it, I would have been in it somewhere over there. And then anticipating price to break through this minor resistance and continue moving up to 151, 120. That is what I would anticipate. Because this is your, if you think about it, right, look at the 30-minute. If you ignore all of this information, if you ignore all this crap, from, let's say, from about here downwards, like that, what do you see? And this candle here, what do you see? All you need to focus on is the fact that price made a high. All you need to focus on is the fact that price made a high right over here. You can see a support formed, so you have an 80% probability that we're going to retest that high. You know what I mean? So people looking for sells, you know, you should be looking for buy. Well, buys should have been taken already, but yeah, you know, you got to be looking at both spectrums. Okay, so look at gold. So yeah, I'm waiting to see if this 5-minute candle will wick to this area and then close like a bearish candle. Yeah, got in too early but hoping for a small push up. I think you're gonna have to My bad, lol. 0.85694 4 pip drawdown. So you got in at 0.85694. So literally that much of a difference. Okay, yeah, no, not really much of a difference, but still. Well, I mean, if you want me to be completely honest, like 100% honest, if you're in buys over here, and there's a resistance right here, we haven't even broke it yet. So I'm not going to tell you to be like, oh yeah, you know, candles are bullish, you should be fine. We're at resistance, and we haven't broke it yet. So, I mean, if you've already taken a buy, right, and you've held this, personally, if I'm just going to say, you know, what I would do, I'll be closing this trade right now, because, I mean, you didn't even have confirmation at that point. You took a buy way too early. It's not a good buy. If you're not in a good trade, and you're just hoping it's going to go your way, then you're just gambling at that point. You're not trading. You know, trading is taking logical ideas. You know, I'm not even trying to be, you know, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I just want you to understand that this is trading, not gambling. You are gambling at this point because you've taken a buy here, hasn't even broken above resistance yet, and you're banking on the fact that it's gonna and go back into your profit. Now it may, but you do that 10 times and come back to me and let me know how you've been getting on. Do you know what I'm saying? You got, you know, you want to be trading, you know, not gambling. And I'm only trying to say that to help you. What are you gonna do if this starts going into drawdown and you're like, man, I could have closed, you know, or I could have nearly got break even. So you got to think about these things. Oh, there goes gold. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, man. Could have had a nice sell right over here. Stops above this area, and then we're targeting down over there. Yeah. But I'm still just kind of like gonna be testing a few things out with gold anyway. So we'll see. There goes gold. It's like 13, 14 pips right now. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. It's like 18 pips from the entry. Yeah, see, that's the exact type of trade I want to be taking over here. So like 20 pips right now, 22 pips. Yeah, we should continue down to 1707. 1707 500. And in 5 minutes you got 20 pips. You know, gold is great, but it can work the complete other way. But there you go, 20 pips in like 5 minutes. So yeah, man's gonna be journaling this one. Right, let's look at Salim's charts here first, and then we're going to check out what's going on. But yeah, there you go on gold. Pound yen. Looks like pound yen did move up. Create a support back above that level. Yeah, from this point though, there wasn't enough range anyway, but still. That still would have made sense. But yeah, looks like another one of those fake out situations, Kelsey.
Yeah, how far did it run? Just over 10?
12 so far.
Yeah,
It should continue up to that resistance anyway. It's probably just
Yeah,
pulling back on the 5.
the amount of times we've seen it break through the resistance and continue up.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. But yeah, I'm liking these. Oh, damn, gold. Man, gold is great. So, I mean, if people were paying attention, I spoke about exactly what I've been looking for, exactly where I would have placed stop loss, and exactly where you could be targeting. And from that entry, it just moved 37 pips in a matter of 6 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to start getting my hands on gold from next week. I'm going to start getting my hands on some of this next week. I've been looking at this in my spare time. Been looking at these kind of structures. It's exactly the type of thing I wanted to see. Because you could have even got in over here and then just had stops like above the current candle. Because then you're just anticipating it to hit this level. Shouldn't be pulling back up to that point. You'd be wrong at that point. But yeah, it's a great, easy. Yeah, that was just easy setup.
To be fair, like on gold, you could always have an entry once a 15-minute close below 1708. Obviously, price rejected a couple of times around 7:30, and it closed back in range. So it'll be interesting to see this 15-minute candle if it's actually going to close below the range, below the wicks, or if it's going to reject again. So there will always be another entry, and then if you look on the 5 minutes, it kind of like give you a better idea. Like now, the first 5 minutes of the 30-minute candle, it closed below the range, but you just don't know. Like you just want to have like a strong confirmation on the 15-minute. But sometimes you can miss it. Sometimes you can still take it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look on the, I've sent you 2 charts on gold. I gave my buyers 2 chances. The first one, it was simply it was a mistake, and that really proves how much is important on gold to like wait for the break of the candle rather than just like entering before it breaks. And that's the mistake I did. I've entered the trade 1 pip before the candle was supposed to break.
Yeah.
And I've paid I've paid the market 13 pips, and then I've gave the buyers a second chance. You'll be able to see it on the chart.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at your chart then. But let me just get a couple of these questions out of the way, and then where is your plan to execute gold? Literally just discussed that on the 5-minute situation right over there. That is exactly where I would be getting in gold sells. Right over here. This situation, we spoke about this. I said if it pulls back to this area and you get a bearish candle on the 5-minute, you see the rejection wick. We got that rejection wick. This is exactly what I spoke about, right? This 5-minute candle closed bearish, create that resistance. We got a low to retest at this point, right? I said the next one should come back to this area and then start to break down. Now this candle closed like a nothing candle, so there's no volume in this candle, but this candle did. It came up to do that another rejection wick and then started to break down. And then as you can see that, you're selling over here, and then boom, it moved like 40 pips in a matter of 5 minutes. Do you know what I'm saying? So I mean, we just called out a 40 pip sell on gold, you know what I mean, on a 5-minute chart, you know, not even on the 30-minute, the 1 hour, all on the smaller time frames. Oh yeah, GJ moved up. TP 152, 126 was reached. So yeah, GJ
executing on these moves.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to, like, today I just thought, you know what, like, I don't want to be taking a trade on I just wanted to, I just wanted to get this week out of the way, get everything you know, added to the data collection because we've had a much better week this week, and next week will be good. Telling you right now, next week's gonna be a good week. Right, sorry Salim, I keep forgetting. Right, whereabouts? Whereabouts did you? Is it on the London session?
I've sent it to you on your message.
Private. Okay, yeah, cool. Right. Are you happy with me pulling it up on the stream?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, no worries, yeah.
Alright, cool. Right. Let's take a look for Mr.
Yeah. So if you actually look on the other one first, just so you know.
Hold on.
Like what I went wrong, just.
Oh, it's done some crazy thing. Hang on, I just got to restart Discord. You want me to look at the why is it doing that?
The other one first, the one that I've had like a minus 13 pips on.
Oh, sorry mate, I don't know what it's doing. Oh, here we go. Right, okay. The second one, yeah?
Yeah, the second one, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, what do I think? Can we zoom in? Okay, so you took a sell. So you took a sell on that bearish candle, right?
Yeah.
With stop loss about. Okay, so candle closed below support. Entry at 17, 13, 110. I should have waited for the break of the previous 5-minute bottom wick. Stop loss at 75 previous 5 minutes. Okay. I closed half position when 5-minute closed bullish, and then the other half did hit my stop loss. Okay. So at least you managed to trade TP at 1709 500 targeting previous resistance. Okay, so I think the mistake for me wasn't to do with the fact that you needed it to break the low, because it quite easily could have broken the low and then came back to close bullish. I think the mistake was not waiting for a bearish candle confirmation below that level. Like for example, if we just come back for a sec to gold. So like, let's say for example, okay, so you see this, okay, let's just go to, okay, so you see like this situation here, right? Obviously we had a break of support, whatever, but more times often than not, price is going to pull back to that area to create some resistance. That same concept goes for the 5-minute. If you want a higher if you want a higher confirmation trade, then what you want to be looking for is a bearish candle, like something like this, right? Because then if you would have waited for that bearish candle to form, you would have a minor resistance form below that level, and then you can anticipate the next candle to also go bearish, right? But then what you kind of done was almost like taking a sell here, right, on the break of this low, and then obviously it can break that low and then actually go bullish. But when you get that bearish candle confirmation, you have a resistance formed at that point, so you can anticipate the next one to come down. So I think you had the right idea, but if you would have waited for a resistance to form, then you wouldn't have necessarily had that. Like, see this situation here, right? This candle closed below, the next one's broken those, gone bullish. If a resistance is created right over here, then you can see more downside on gold, and then this wick becomes the destination. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, so like, you know, the reason why I took that one is it looked good on the 15-minute, because one of the bearish candles on the 5-minute, it was, so basically the stop loss was better on the 15-minute and on the 5 minutes. So the confirmations I've had is the 5-minute closed below the support, and I've had an even better stop loss because it was based on the 15-minute candle as well. But again, like, it's like you said, that sometimes, you know, you do get so sometimes you do get the retest, you know, you get like a minor resistance on the 5 minutes, and then it breaks that support again on the 5 minutes, and then you get a nice sell. But sometimes it doesn't really do that. So like, looking back on the 15-minute chart, like on that day when I was charting my loss, the candles was like heavily bearish, you know, and it was a strong support at the area where I took the sell. But if you look on the second picture, then it went into plan. So like, it moved the way I wanted it. I just it just didn't break it on time.
Okay.
And then again, like the entry was a bit late, really. So like if you look on the left, there was a minor support on the left,
Yeah.
and candles that have already moved a lot. So
Yeah. See what I think. I think on this situation, it's a very similar situation. Like you see on gold, right? You see how this is technically the low on gold, yeah, and you see how it pulls back. This became the new low on gold, and it pulls back. It's kind of the same concept. I think obviously what you're doing is fine, like you've got the right idea, yeah, but I think if you just to tweak one little thing, you're going to see a major difference. So I think you're going to need to want to wait for these kind of pullbacks and then wait for resistance. So for example, if you look at this situation where you took the original sell, right, let's say once this low was created right over here, and then we obviously, I know we closed back in the range, but once this 5-minute candle closed bearish back below that level, right, then this support would always be a target. I know it's only there to there, but let's say you took a sell here, right, you're anticipating this low to get tested and to break. So then you're catching this push down, you're catching the new low being created, right? Whereas if you're selling here, right, you can get caught in that pullback situation. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
yeah, makes sense.
So for example, if we were to go through gold now, like here for example, right, if you took a sell here, I know it's got no alright, so let's just imagine this candle had a wick. Let's just imagine this bearish candle had a wick, and you were like, okay, perfect, it's closed below this level, we should continue down. You took a sell here on the break of this low, you can see now what's happening, retrace, because it's the low. Whereas what maybe could you have done is get a sell somewhere up over here, because the low's already been formed here, right? And then what you're seeing is resistance being created here, and then you're taking it back down to this low. I mean, you saw this range on the 5-minute chart, right? I mean, this range was about 20 pips just off of a 5-minute candle, you know, and then if that low breaks, that becomes your runner. And then look, we got 40 pips, but from selling here. You sell somewhere over here, it's going to be very, very difficult, because then that's where you get these situations, these pullbacks. It's kind of like, you know, I could literally go through example after example.
Yeah, it does like gold a lot of times where it breaks a support and it goes above, it always retraces, creates like a minor resistance on the 5 minutes, and then it drops again. But like the way it looks on that time, so like on the 30-minute, on the 15-minute, it looks like it had a really good like I'd say about 60-70 pip range to just drop. But then obviously when you break it down to the 5-minute, it didn't really look as good on the left, like traffic on the left. So like I was looking more of the probability on the high time frame, just thinking if we closed below a major support, then there was a high chance that the price was just going to drop. But again, you know, gold, it's gold, it's hard sometimes. You know, sometimes you would get retracement, sometimes you won't. Like,
Yeah,
it's a tough one.
but yeah, no, I agree 100%. But you know, one of the things that I will say is, if you want the most consistent approach to the market, the most consistent, the one that's going to bring you long-term consistency, is the fact that, okay, you understand market structure. We have a high made, right? Then you get your low made, and then if you need to make so if this is a high, right? So let's just say price makes a high like this, it comes down, makes a low. What you're looking for is those pullbacks for a lower high to sell it, and then, you know, this is the market structure, right? So you got your lows and you got your highs, and what you want to be doing is selling here, because you're going to put yourself in the best possible position to be retesting these lower levels. Where you're basically getting in is here on this initial breakdown, and yeah, it works, but the most consistent approach is going to be this, because what happens if we do this and then we come right back? that's what happens to a lot of people, and I know because it happened to me a lot of times. And that's why I found that, unless we've had complete, so there's a difference between a trending market and a break of a zone. So when you're trending, this is trending, right? So when you're selling below a support on a trending market, you're basically anticipating a new low is going to be created. If a new low is going to be created, that's fine. But what may happen? A new low may be created and then you get that pullback, or it's going to do some form of fake out because we've already been creating new lows as we go down. But when you have complete consolidation, complete side to side barcode, price isn't having any market structure. So a breakout of that makes more sense because now you're anticipating the trend to begin from a bullish perspective. Same way if we're consolidating and you're looking for sells, you're anticipating that a low will be formed because we've just been consolidating. There's no structure. You're not going to sell here because you already know that we're just consolidating. You're going to get fleeced if you try and trade within the range. But this isn't trading within the range. This is looking for pullbacks, resistance to form like this on the smaller time frames to target these lows. And it's going to work 80-90% of the time. So 100%. Yeah, no worries. So I think maybe keep that in the back of your mind. If you start to see that, then it may really help.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Like, I mean, even for example here, right? I know this is later on in the MY session, this example, and I know we did break up over here above that resistance, and that's perfectly fine. But these rejections are support being created on the smaller time frames, aren't they? So that means that this was a high made, and these lows are a support being formed. It's a low. So there's a high probability that we will reach that area. So if we go to the 5 minute, when was this? This was the 10th of March around 3 o'clock. Right, so if this is the 10th of March at 3 o'clock, let's take a look. So this becomes your high point, right? This becomes your resistance or high. We'll just put this is your high, this is your market high. So you're looking for that lower end of support to be created. Where did we get that? Well, we had support here. Did that continue up to this high point? Yes. So I hit that target once. We came back, formed support again. Did we hit that target again? Yes. Came back. Okay, formed support. Kind of got there, but we've already tapped it twice now on the 5 minute. Deeper level of support formed at this point. Did we come back? Yes, we did. We came back to that level again. Deeper level of support created again. A higher level of support now, suggesting that okay, we may now start to head up at this point. Did we hit that level again? Yes. What happened when we broke this high? We broke it and we pulled back. We pulled back. So unless if you're buying here, then you got caught in this pullback. If you bought here, then you caught that move back to where it needed to go because it had made a high, and then once it made this higher high, pulled back. Do you know what I'm saying? So I know it's like a lot, to kind of like understand, but I think overall knowing where the best place to be in is gonna help you like a lot more. Do you know what I mean? Like even for example in this situation, where would I have liked to have took my buy? I probably would say probably over here somewhere, right? Because this candle went bearish below the support level here. We had that deeper level of support created. We were closing back above it, establishing that support. So if I take a buy here with my stops down over there, I'm targeting, this resistance or up over here, basically at that point. Do you know what I'm saying? But I know obviously we pull back and whatnot, but from a 5 minute perspective, from like here to here, was still a good, still 23-24 pip trade, because you're getting in at the lower end of that level. But yeah, I think
I wouldn't really trade that range because
no, I wouldn't either.
Messy on the
no,
5 minute.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't trade this range either. But I'm just using it as an example, like in terms of,
yeah.
like I'm just trying to If all right, I'll try and find something like a bit more makes more sense.
So if you try find like the
Here, this
the
is a better
setup that I did
situation.
trade, it might makes it like easier.
Okay, what date was it?
I think it was the 10th of March. It was the Asian session.
Asian
I believe.
session.
Yeah, it should be the Asian session.
In fact, I'll just pull it up. Take a look.
And I think it also created a fake out.
Yeah, that says 10th of March at 2. What, you was up at 2:30?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
madman. Okay, 2:30. Okay, right over here, yeah. Let me just put a little.
Yeah.
Let me put like a different color line there so we can see what's the crack. Let's put a green line. Okay. Right. Okay. So in terms of structure, yeah, I see what you're saying. So you're looking for further downside, probably down to these lower levels, right? Because of the break of the support, makes sense. Okay. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. But let's take a look on the smaller time frames then. So where did you sell? Was it over here on the break of this low? No, it's on the 5 minute, wasn't it?
I think you might be in the one on the right that you put.
Over here somewhere?
Yeah. What time does it say?
No, that's
Oh,
5:50. Let me just pull up what time the actual. Look. Oh, hang on. So it was when it created. Oh, it's right over here. It was right over here. So you sold there, right? You sold here, which was fine. Okay, like anticipation or whatever. But I think if you was gonna sell, you probably could have still took sells like somewhere over here, and then you would have had a much better first push. But either way, right? Once this low was formed and we had that pullback, if you see, look, we created a resistance to retest that low. So what was that situation there?
So can you see, like, obviously I've executed in this candle here. Just see if that will work better. Okay, yeah. I'll just show you.
I was gonna say, do you think we like rejected off this work here? The initial
can you
reaction
see?
to that?
Yeah. Fine.
What? This situation?
Yeah, like Salim got in, you know, on this candle, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, was it that candle you got in?
Yeah. So basically,
Oh,
the
I
first
see.
one that I took is this 15. So this 5 minute candle. It was the 15-minute candle close on. So it was the 15 candle close. So then I've had an entry. So then I've anticipated this candle. That was the start of the 15-minute. I kept my stop loss above that candle, and then I was anticipating to take a trade on the break of this low. But the mistake I did is I didn't wait for the break of the low on that candle, because the stop loss that I've had, it would have been based like on the 15-minute, and it would have been much better. But obviously then it didn't break it and it just pulled back again. But then yeah, it's just the confirmations I've had like multiple confirmations on like how we closed below this area, and then we've had an even stronger resistance on the left on the 15 or the 30-minute as well, and it closed below that area as well. I've had like multiple confirmations, but once I've waited for another break, then I managed to get some sort of like a nice drop. But then the price started pulling back really hard, so I thought it's not really worth, you know, taking it if you know, holding it for longer if it's just going to reject. Plus my initial sell, what I wanted is a bit earlier, like around this area. And usually gold, when it ranges hard, and then if it breaks, if you get a candle, if like a 15-minute candle closed below the support, usually it just literally drops, because the confluence on that trade I've had is the long, like I've had a longer range on that on that setup, so I've had basically a high probability of having a trade to work out with no pullbacks, because it rejected already, but it never closed within that area. But in that case, it closed below, so that was like a confirmation I've had.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I mean, you could have even sold right over here. That would have given you a 20 pip, because this is the thing though, like even though you had this rejection wick, right, and obviously we came down to fill it, we pulled back. So the minute you see the pullback and you have a resistance formed again, then you know this would have been your sell, and then look, you just had clean moves down to retest this low and continue further down. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like every time you sell like over here or over here, you're just getting caught in these pullbacks with gold.
Yeah,
Whereas you're better off saying, okay, well I know that we're breaking down. Why not wait for the pullback? Wait to see a solid resistance form, and then sell it to retest. And then you know, like there was a 18 to 20 pip move, and then your runner would have ran for about 30 down to this low point. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do a webinar on this anyway, so I think, yeah, give that a watch over the weekend. I'm gonna create it tomorrow, and then yeah, then you can take a look at that, and I'm gonna go in quite in depth with it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, I think gold can continue down for this session. But again, you know, you're looking for pullbacks. Like, even though we've closed back above, if you start to see rejections here again, which we are, then this just becomes a low that you target once again. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that is just how gold works. You know what I'm saying? Like, it breaks this low, and then it should come right back down to this low point.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, true.
I was going to say, like, you know, yesterday with that idea on GJ that we didn't take, I was looking at our trade on Wednesday, and it's the same kind of formation. They had that 30-minute, you got in, then the next 30-minute closed, you know, like weak bullish, but I suppose in this case on Wednesday it did wick all the way down, whereas yesterday we just had that, wait, let's have a look. We just had a bullish doji. We didn't actually really pull back much. You know what I mean?
I think so. Wait, what? If you tell me what one you're talking about, and then I'll
go back to yesterday. Yeah, 30-minute yesterday at
this one.
It was about 10 to half 10. Yeah, so like we had that candle here.
Yeah.
You know that one there.
Yeah.
And go back to our Wednesday idea, and it was kind of the same setup.
What date was Wednesday?
Wednesday was 10th.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah, see, it was, that's it. Wait, it's kind of the same.
Yeah. I tell you what this situation looks like a lot, and it was something that happened last week. Let me find it. It was a situation last week. This situation, it looks very similar. Like you see how the candles pre-London were very weak candles, wicking up, making like highs. Then you had that pullback at 7, that's bullish support formed, and then you got that continuation. But obviously it didn't look exactly the same, but it's kind of like similar structure, isn't it?
Yeah, it was quite nice. Today was quite nice because like that was the Asian highs that we made, that we retested.
Yeah.
Just now, and
exactly.
I'll say to anyone now, we do have kind of like on the 4 hour like a rejection area around, 200 area. So if people are going to get into like buys just now for close, you might get a pullback.
Yeah, I think this was a good move though, because you could have executed right over here, and then obviously you're targeting this, and then stops below would have been sweet. But yeah, I did say to myself I wasn't trading today, because I was thinking, you know what, I've only taken 2 trades this week. Am I going to take that loss on a Friday? Just I mean, obviously it was a great setup, don't get me wrong. This is what we look for like 90% of the time. However, it's like I said, it's a Friday. There is we want to be careful. But again, like, this is just one of those situations that we've seen happen a lot. You get that initial push, then we got 7 a.m. creating support back above that previous resistance level, and then we just continued moving up.
See, the good thing about the GJ now, in the London session, we're actually getting back the volume that we used to have.
Yeah.
Where before it used to range a lot, I mean, we've had some sort of like a liquidity grab on the 15-minute previously, where the 15-minute where it closed bearish, like a doji candle, and then obviously it just kept pumping up.
Yeah.
But like you said, I think next week is going to be a really good week.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Because I'm gonna be trying to smash gold next week. See, look, even again, like I just said, yeah, like you see that pullback, resistance, rejections, and then we will retest this level. Like just in that 5-minute candle, in 4 minutes time, in 4 minutes, that's 17 pips.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, but see, like, do you know the way I see it sometimes? Like, how like basically how the 15-minute, the 5-minute before that current candle, how it closed back in the range. Like that's when I start thinking, like, is it just gonna reject? So I don't know whether I just like overthink it.
Yeah, I think so, because I mean, look at the 15-minute, right? If I remove this zone, okay, so what would a typical trader do here? So they've seen this support being broke. They've seen the next 15-minute candles closed at this level. So they would say, or if it was me on GJ, I'd say, right, if we get a bearish candle form here on the 15-minute, we can continue down. But with gold, now you're saying to yourself, okay, I see this. What's the 5-minute doing? 5-minute is seeing rejections. You don't want to be focusing on this area, because your actual 15-minute support, your 15 minutes basically kind of closed here. Do you know what I'm saying? So you're getting that resistance created again. You're seeing this doji candle, first sign, bearish candle, second sign. That's the confirmation. Clean candle back to retest this low. You was in and out within 4 minutes, and you got 17 to 20 pips. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you haven't even waited for this 15-minute candle to close yet to create that resistance for you. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep, makes sense.
You got a wick to fill on the 30-minute as well. Most people would be like, oh yeah, we've got a wick to fill on the 30-minute. Well, but the 15-minute candle's bullish, so we're gonna have to wait for a further bearish candle, and then you miss this. So it's like wherever there's a situation where you're like, okay, I'm expecting this candle to fill the wick on the 30-minute. Then you need to say to yourself, okay, what's going on the 15? Clearly there's going to be some support because you've left a wick. We've created support on the 15-minute. So either I'm going to miss this move by waiting for a 15-minute candle here, and it's just going to head down, or what else am I looking for? Oh, well, let's go to the 5-minute. We can see these rejections. We can see a clear resistance is being created. Sell over there. First TP there. Second TP there. Stops over there. The minute this hits here, you've gone break even now. So this is a risk-free trade. We even just called this second sellout, and then there you go. Like that was 17-18 pips there, and then if it reaches that, you got 30 pips, and you haven't even waited for the candle to close yet. You haven't even waited for the 15-minute to close yet. This kind of setup potentially can work on pound yen as well, but when there's a lot of volume, but yeah. So I think we're not really gonna be on for that much longer. I'm not gonna lie. I think we'll come off at about 9 o'clock. Yeah, just wanted to jump on, see what's what. But yeah, from next week, I was gonna be smashing gold out. Pound yen's coming back in the range. Right, let's answer a few questions here. And then I just got to quickly make a phone call. Sold gold. Nad took TP. Nice. I'll be here every day next week. Okay, awesome. Getting ready for GJ buys. I think the GJ buys really happen. You don't want to be getting caught up over here. You'll be buying at the high at that point. Morning HFX, how are things going? Good, thank you. How are you? Buddy, could I know how you draw your levels? How do you remove the noise? I keep seeing that price respects your levels. Yeah, I just focus on the most recent. Yeah, hear this, the most recent support resistance. And what I do is I do that for all time frames. So this is the most recent 4-hour support, then I go down to the 1 hour and I say this is the most recent 1 hour support, and I go to 30 minute. This is the most recent 30 minute support, and there's the most recent 30 minute resistance. Right, that's yeah, that's pretty much it. But we'll go through that properly on Monday. GJ couldn't go up to 152 300 mark with momentum today. It could do, but you need a support to form. If we close back in the range, then there's no buys, is there? Euro USD go long, everyone. I don't know about that one. Yeah, you said Euro USD go long, and we discussed this. I said he literally was talking about buys, and I said it's not a buy yet. There's no buys, and I'm sure he took a nice loss on Friday. But yeah, man, this is why you got to pay attention to the market structure. Why would you be looking for buys when we're clearly in a heavy bearish trend? You could have waited for this 15-minute candle to close bearish, and then the next one could continue down to fill those wicks. You know what I'm saying? Got to pay attention to the market structure, man. And same thing goes with the guy who had Euro GBP buys, holding them, and now he's thinking he's now in a 8-pip drawdown. And I tried to give the best advice I could, and I say close it, because if it goes the wrong way, you're going to feel very, very not good about it. And now it has gone the wrong way because we never broke resistance. Yeah, I'm not trying to come across rude or anything. I'm just trying to say to people, you know, these are like, the market is the most harsh thing ever. If I can tell you what the market has put me through mentally, and you know, honestly, it's in no comparison to how harsh I will be with you. You know, if anything, this is the kick up the backside you need. Don't take dumb trades. Don't take buys and hold and hope. Stick to the plan. Close out early if it's not going your way, which it never even went your way to start with. So you would be closing it instantly. You know, same with the guy about Euro USD, right? You know, just because it's at a support does not mean that it's gonna go bullish. You know, don't, you know, look at the candles, like, man, you know. Anyway, so he went. He had a 50p take profit, and now he's in 30 pip drawdown. 152 400 GJ target. I think you need a support on GJ for it to continue moving up. First take profit on Euro USD 1.1998. Second take profit 1.20263. Here is the trade setup, everyone. and now he's saying stop loss hit, guys. GJ breakout, not yet. We need support. Can GJ reach my target 152 400? It needs a support to form for GJ to continue up. If we close back in the range, then there's no buys yet at that point. We are closing above this 1 hour area, so yeah, if it creates some support mid-range and then breaks further on later, yes, but not at the moment. Man. Bus stop. Can't remember what that was about. Hi, may I know when will be your webinar, and is it open to all of us? No, it is for the private group only. Do you provide signal for noob? I need money. Bearish product, we will see. Okay, we will see. Oh no, we need Euro USD. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how your buys are coming along, my friend. So wait, let me work out where his entry was. So his entry was I don't know, it doesn't even say. But I presume over here because of the support. And now, 20 pip drawdown. Now, I'm not trying to take the piss. I'm just trying to get you to realize, like, you know, if you want to come on here and be smug and say, oh, everyone go long, 50 pip take profit, and I'm telling the people that come here to listen to me, and they know that I know what I'm talking about, you don't want to be buying here, and it's just pretty funny to be proven right. You know, I don't appreciate people coming on trying to like send signals. This isn't what this isn't like what we're about. I would actually kick you off, but I'm not. I'm not feeling too great today, so I don't really want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to be put in a bad mood. At the end of the day, I don't care you coming on and sending a chart and be like, this is my idea, what do you think? I'll give you a nice honest opinion. But you come on and say, I'm buying, everyone buy, this is profit, this is the, and then I'm like to people, no, don't buy, because it's not going up. We're heading down right now. In fact, everyone, the target for Euro USD is probably going to be around 1.19200 if it continues moving bearish. So that's another 11 pips drawdown for Mr. Bearish product. I mean, look at the daily, man. We've made a low. People don't understand. So I'm saying, gotta understand your market structure. You know, even on the daily, right? There's no buys. Yes, we had previous bullish candles, but look at the daily. It's creating a resistance. We made a low. You know, even if you go to the 4 hour, I don't even trade this pair. It's like the second time I've looked at it. You know, judging by where we're at now, we should come to this 4 hour support level. Yes, we may bounce off of there and start pulling back a bit. So what are you going to do? You're going to hold 50 pips worth of drawdown just to hope it comes back up to this area. Nah, man, come on, guys. Anyway, I ain't looking at Euro USD anymore. Anyway, open North America. Don't know what that is. Right, bear with me 2 secs, guys. I just got to do something real quick. Right, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, look, what was I saying? Yeah, no, like, I don't mean to be rude or nothing. Like, I'm not that type of person. But at the end of the day, like, you know, people need to understand, right, that at the end of the day, the market does not give a crap about your feelings. It does not give a monkeys whether, you know, you think you put your life savings into it or whatnot. It does not care for you. The market's just going to do what the market's going to do. So me being brutally honest is probably going to save you money in the future. So trust me, I'm doing you a favor. I know it might not seem like it, but for anyone who comes in here and tries to say dumb shit, you know, you're going to have to get, you know, you got to understand, like, this is no game. People lose thousands. But yeah, we're gonna call it a day in like 15 minutes or so. So if anyone's got any questions or charts or anything else that they want to talk about, then feel free. Oh, I'll tell you what I forgot to do. I forgot to put the... When entering a trade, if candle breaks high or low in the first few seconds, should we enter or should wait for it to form a wick? That's up to you. That's completely up to you. I mean, me personally, I like to really kind of get in on the close of a candle, because you know it's a little bit like easier just to take it on the close, have stops above or wherever your stops are gonna be. But yeah, no, I hear what you're trying to say. But yeah, it's like gold's gonna continue further down at this point. Yeah, it's completely up to you. But yeah, it looks like gold should continue moving bearish. Yeah, it looks like gold's going to continue moving down over here. I think it's going to reach 1706,500, these wicks to the left hand side. Mate, we'll be looking forward on the more in-depth lesson on drawing your levels. I'm very, very keen on that. Yes, we'll go. Remind me on Monday, and I'll go through it properly. But I'm not really feeling all that great right now. I think a little bit of extra rest is needed at the moment. But yeah, so in the end, it ended up being a decent week for me this week. So I've done around. What did I do this week? Done around 109. Yeah, done around 192 minus some commissions. Obviously, I had a withdrawal that came out, but that was actually from the other week's profit anyway. And for all of those, I'm going to do a little, what's it called? For all those people that hate and say they ain't real, there you go. These are the two trades that were taken this week. You can see on the MT4, and there's the profit. So for all those who come on and dislike the stream because they think that I don't put my money where my mouth is, there was the two trades, all logged on the Instagram. Every trade is logged on the Instagram. So there you go. Only 2 trades this week though. I only took 2 trades this week. But it's more than last week. I only took 1 last week. I've definitely been way more conservative with trades, but that will slowly start to get better. Are you gonna take gold? No. My entry on gold, which I wanted to take, but if this was a Thursday, I probably would have been in, was over here. We discussed this idea. And in fact, from the entry that was discussed, it ran for around 40 pips. So yeah, I'm gonna put trades called gold sells, because if you want to learn how to catch these sells, then go and rewatch the stream and go and look at what I spoke about. Everyone wants to talk about, oh yeah, I caught this amount of pips on gold. Well, go and understand how you can catch these moves on gold. It's not necessarily always about the 4 hours doing this, the 1 hour and the 30 minute. Although that's what I've been looking at myself over the long period of time. I've now started to dive in deeper to what's really going on. What more information can I gather? Yeah, see, This situation was a good situation on gold. 6 a.m. was a good one. Because if you see the 5-minute candle obviously closed below this area. And then obviously you had the pullback. And then you had the confirmation candle. And then you had that continuation. I think you could have taken like a little sell stop there. Stop loss above there. For a price to fill this wick and continue down. Pound yen looks like it's coming back in the range at this point. Yeah, 5 minutes and we're gonna call it a day. So any more questions or anything while we are online? This week GJ was very bad. Yeah, it was a little bit difficult. It was a little bit difficult, but just gotta understand where things are going. Right, where's my moderators right now? We've got a moron in the YouTube. So come on, moderators, get to work. Deleted.
He's on a timeout.
You timed him out?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's only for like 6 minutes, 5 minutes.
Oh. I could have done it myself, but couldn't be bothered.
Was it that John guy?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. John, but I'm afraid we're not. Yeah, you know, I think you need to move country if you're having issues with that sort of thing.
Get a VPN.
Yeah, go get yourself a little magazine or something. You sound like you're in your. You sound like you're in your old school. You look like a middle-aged sort of guy, so should know all about that. So I'm saying, guys, we need our moderators on point. You know what I mean? You guys should be like ball boys with tennis. Do you know what I mean? The minute that ball comes off the court, the minute you see one of those just idiotic comments, bang, straight off. Right, let's check this GU setup. At least you guys are sending in more charts at the moment, which is pretty good. But it's for your benefit at the end of the day. Doesn't really do much for me, just makes the time pass. This is pound USD 30 minute. So you're looking for a buy or a sell? Sell. You're looking for buys? Yeah, I mean, you say sell here, but then I've got, that looks like you're looking for a buy. So I'm gonna have to presume that you're looking for a buy, because this is where you look like you want to take a buy. So for a buy, this candle, this bullish candle, is probably not going to be the strongest confirmation for. So you probably want to wait to see how this candle closes in 2 minutes. And if this candle can close like a stronger bullish candle, then I think that's a better opportunity to take a buy, to retest this level. But you want to be careful of this level here. But yeah, I think yeah, it could work out. But We'll see. Looks like pound yen is coming back in the range. Check gold. What's gold? Obviously, I know you're talking about gold, but yeah, gold's been discussed about 50 times in the last half an hour. And gold is continuing down. I even gave the third entry on gold here today. I said it's closed below this level. Stops. Sell. Bang. You should reach this level. You know, you gotta be paying more attention, man. We spoke about this over and over again. There was like 3-4 opportunities here today. We had 1 right over here, 2 right over here, and now 3 right over here. You know, when pressing a downtrend, you wait for resistance. Yeah, gold. Yeah, gold. Gold is continuing bearish. If you're not in it, you're not in it. If you're not in gold, then I wouldn't be trying to sell now. Let's put it that way. Look at the 15-minute time frame at this point. It's closed below this minor support. Yes, there's a probability we can continue down, but remember, whenever gold makes these low points, it's going to pull back a little bit. But sometimes, if it's just continue with this heavy bearish momentum, there'll be a point where we need like a big push to make a proper low, because we can't just keep going bomb, pull back, bomb, pull back, bomb, pull back. So yeah, at this point, this candle, as long as it doesn't break its own high, should continue down after breaking this low at that point. So I'm saying, man, you guys need to pay more attention, because I'm going to be talking a lot more about 5-minute entries on gold over the next week. So if you're not listening, you will miss it. I am not going to be doing this with my gold entries. I'm not going to be going, yeah, there's gold, stops above, target in there. No. You need to be paying attention. You need to be paying proper attention to what I'm saying. Those who listen will get something out of it. I'm sure those who've been paying attention, I'm sure there'll be one person that was truly listening and thought, I see that, looking at the same idea, they took sells, they had a win. They took another sell, they had another win. Can I sell? That's up to you. That's something you should ask yourself. I'm not going to tell you to sell. I spoke about where you could sell, and that's been and gone. So now you got to look for another point to sell. But that's what I'm saying, man. Like, come on, man. Can't be asking, can I sell? I refuse to do the streams to have situations like this. You know, I want people coming on to be educated, to want to learn. That's not asking me, can I sell, means that you don't know what to do. Right? The question that I've got here, should gold stop loss be kept according to structure or a few pips? That suggests to me he understands what he's doing. However, he needs a little bit more guidance on one particular aspect to make his trading better. So I'm going to answer that question because that's a relevant, important question to improve his trading. Can I sell? What is that going to do for you? You know? So yeah. This question, gold stop loss should be kept according to structure or a few pips. I think it's completely up to you. I mean, to some extent, it's a bit of both. Like, for example, let's say for this example here, right? Because we had this resistance formed. So let's say you took a sell. Let's say I'll put your entry is the yellow. So let's say you took a sell right over here. So this is your entry. And let's say stop loss. Okay, someone might say, well, they want to have stop loss over here, right? Because it's above the previous 5-minute candle. That's based on part structure, part pip. Structure because you're saying, okay, well, we shouldn't really be breaking this 5-minute high, and we should continue down with volume. The second thing is that in terms of structure, you could argue that a good structural sell would be to have a stop loss somewhere over here. Why is that? Because this was a previous resistance. Obviously, you're making a lower resistance, But if you had your stop loss over here, what's the chances of it getting hit? Very low. But another person may argue, okay, well, I don't want it here because that's going to be too tight. So I'm going to put my stop above this area here. That's more of a sensible structural selling opportunity, right? Because, you know, even if we break this higher right over here, we shouldn't be coming back above this level because we're anticipating, because we created a resistance, that we're going to retest this low. If it doesn't do that, then you're wrong. It's wicking up and there's nothing you can do about it. That's just gold, right? So yeah, I think obviously you want to try and give it a little bit of breathing room, but I always try and focus on like where is it going to be safe and I can have a good risk reward. So let's say on this example, here is a safe option and it's not a bad risk reward to say you're risking this to make potentially all the way down to here. So you can see it's about a 2-to-1 based on the size of the ratio and whatever. About a 2-to-1. Okay. And as you can see, we spoke about gold again. We said below this support, we see the resistance being created again, the 15-minute candle close. So if you were paying attention, you'd have been in gold sells again. And then now you're up again. So like 3 entries we've called out on gold here today for a Friday. Incredible. And now we should see a good move on gold. Anyway, we're about to call it a day in a minute here. What's pound yen doing? 30-minute candle closed back in the range. 1 hour candle did close above. So basically you would need a support to form in order to solidify that we will continue moving bullish. So there you go. So yeah, gold's coming down. We'll watch gold for like a couple more minutes just to prove a point. Oh, and let's see how Euro USD is getting on. Still bearish. Still bearish. In fact, it's broken below support. So now there's a higher probability that a resistance will be created on the smaller time frames and that we will continue down. Euro GBP completely consolidating. And gold is on its way down. So if you took a sell where I originally said, and you paid attention right over here, you would be up right now 50 pips on gold. You know, gotta understand. Right, anyway guys, I think we're gonna head off now. So yeah, sorry about that everyone. I do apologize for making it short today. I was meant to get Paul on as a guest today, but to be honest with you, I feel like I really need to go back and just get some rest for a little bit, so that we can be fresh for next week. Plus there's not really much happening now at this point. You know, the GJ buys, they happened. If you got in them, then congratulations. If you missed the move, go and see how you could have caught that, paying attention to this area and paying attention to this area. Go work out how you could have caught that move, and then you're going to be able to replicate next week. This structure happens all the time. All the time. And as you can see, gold is continuing to move bearish. Gold is continuing bearish. I sell it at 17.10. Well, if you got in at 17.10, then fair play. But why did you say, can I sell? That makes no sense. Why would you ask me, can I sell, if you got in at 17.10? Then you should just have held yourselves from where we called it out, and now you're up 50 pips. So, yeah. I don't mean, like I say, right? I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that. For me, it's just about the fact that, okay, right, you want to be paying attention to what we've been saying, and you're going to learn, instead of saying, can I sell, can I do this, or not you in particular, but someone else coming on and going, oh yeah, buy Euro USD. I don't want to hear that crap. You know, I want people coming on asking educated questions. You know what I'm saying? But anyway guys, have a great weekend. I hope everyone's had a good week trading. Don't blow it on a Friday. Alright, that's why I've stayed out of the markets today. I've just chilled today. I understood that I could have had some great gold sales today, but I'm going to chill out now for the week. And I'll be ready to catch these moves, next week. There's always another day in trading. Remember that, I think like Salim used to say, just if you don't take a trade, you survived another day in the markets. And with that mentality, you're going to go far.
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Hopefully, I'm looking forward, for Monday, more likely, if I see the same setup from GJ, I'd be executing again.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done now a good amount of data collection on this, and this is the go-to. You know what I mean? 14 pip TP, your runner would have ran 25 if you wanted to leave a position, and your risk was like 12, 11 and a half. It made complete sense.
Yeah, even if he was based on 30-minute, when the London Open started, if you had a candle below the previous 15-minute, which it was below the support, you would have still had an 11 stop loss, 11 pip stop loss. And then I was thinking about to take a buy, but then I was just a bit skeptical. I thought, I just want to see more moves happening. But now I've seen a really good week in the London session. I'd be executing next week. I like these setups.
Yeah, I think London session is going to be good. At worst way, if you don't see anything in the London session, you just call it a day. That's just how it goes. Or you wait to see what NY brings. But there you go.
Can you just sorry, just to ask, can you just go on the 15 minutes real quickly?
Yep.
That's the candle I like. How it closed bearish. Sorry.
This one here, yeah, bullish.
Yeah, the doji candle. That was a good confirmation for buys, because obviously it closed weak bearish, but it closed above the support, above the resistance on the left.
Yeah.
So it was once you break the high, then it should be good, because then the next candle closed bullish, and he had some liquidity gap to the downside, but it still closed bullish. And then as you can see, the next one didn't even retest the low. But yeah, that's a nice setup to see.
Yeah, 100%. And then again, if you waited for support, it was just a clean move up on the 5-minute. Solid
Definitely,
move up. But there you go. So thanks very much, everybody. Have a great weekend. Drop a like on the stream today, because I think it was still a good day today, despite obviously not taking any trades. But we called out gold sells. We gave about 3 entries for gold sells today for price to continue down. Obviously, we discussed the GJ buys, but I was staying out of it as well. So yeah, overall, nice easy session. Nice way to end the week. I feel like I need a good rest now and fresh, ready for next week, because we're going to kill it next week. Going to kill the markets. But there we go. So there you go, guys. Thanks very much. Salim, have a good weekend. Kelsey, have a good weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Have a nice weekend. See you later.
Cheers, guys. See you later.
Cheers. Thanks everyone on the YouTube. See you later.